Alright, well, seems like it's been a while, even though it's really just been one day. With that being said, though, I feel a lot better. I definitely have avoided eating ice cream, I guess now for a couple of days. So, of course, I'm able to get a good night's sleep, rest
Okay,
very well, all that good stuff. So, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. And of course, today's a Friday, so yeah, um, things are going all right. I was able to talk to that lawyer in the EU. I'm gonna try to file a opposition. He didn't get back to me after we talked, so because again, I think what happened was he's 5, 6, 7 hours ahead of me. So by the time I call in the morning when I wake up, like 8, 9 a.m., he's only got a few hours left. He also just came back from a vacation. So chances are I'll have to just follow up with him on Monday, and then I get this shit squared away. Apparently, I can actually screw around with this asshole in Europe for like 4 years, assuming everything goes south. But chances are I should be able to very easily remove most of the things and assert my rights by filing a trademark in the EU IPO. So I don't want to give too much of the strategy away in case they're listening, but that's just very frustrating. But you know, I keep thinking about all the money that I lost in the markets, right? That and all the stupid bullshit with the election. Definitely very, very eye-opening experience. But the show must go on, and so must the games. One thing I found interesting was I looked up Call of Duty, Epic Games, Rocket League, and Treyarch Studios, the guys who make Call of Duty, Pixel Starships, and even Battlestate Games slash Escape from Tarkov. I'm actually really shocked at how little trademarks they all filed for a lot of their things. The one thing that they do seem to file, at least the big companies, is the name of their game. So Fortnite, Call of Duty, of course, has worldwide trademark filings. But even for like Escape from Tarkov or Rocket League, they barely have anything registered, right? So I'm like, that's kind of insane. And I need more time to think on that, you know. But yeah, but as usual, I'll go with a well-balanced approach because since I don't actually know what the exact right move is, having a well-balanced approach will allow me flexibility to adjust to any situation. So if things get really bad, I'm already in position to, deal with it. If it goes a different way, I can go deal with that, right? That's why I like being in the middle, right? Because if one extreme, if there, because it's closer to any of the extremes that I need to deal with. Because if I go at one extreme, but then a situation arrives at the like the polar opposite, it's gonna take me a lot more money and effort and time to backpedal basically, and it might be too late by then. So yeah. So anyway, let's take a look at the markets. Okay, so Riot did pretty well today, 33 bucks. I think right now Bitcoin's actually on the way back up after the market's closed, so that's really, really good. Gonna need a lot of effing money. Not as much as you'd think, but still something. Justice Department says, to be honest, I think I would actually be okay with Trump's tax returns being released, simply because it's going to force Trump to like realize and wake the fuck up. But I don't think that'll ever happen. What is funny though is people who get the vax are also getting COVID anyway, so that's gonna hopefully that'll put a damper on things a little bit maybe. So bonds got bought up a little bit. I know the dollar went up too, right? Yeah, it went up a little bit, but that's to be expected because the dollar just went straight down like this whole week essentially. So it needs to pull back a bit. So that's what today was. In the meantime, Bitcoin and crypto is just continuing to go up. In fact, I'm actually seeing this thing go up right now on a Friday, especially on options expiration day, which usually doesn't mean anything. But oh my god. So, yeah, this just got updated. It's 41,000. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Bitcoin now at 41,100 on a Friday weekend. This is extremely bullish. Uh, all right. I'm going to have to tweak this up everywhere. Oh, and that's the other thing too. I gotta release my game on iOS. I'll probably commission the guy and then have him create it. Okay, very good. Okay, and then of course the game's now live on Google Play. It hasn't shown up in the search results yet for tower defense, so hopefully that will change very quickly because the game literally just got released. So I mean, like what, 3, 4 days ago. So it probably takes like a week or so. Okay, so I don't really care about any of these. To be honest, I probably don't really care about reading any of these articles. Okay, Binance completes Polygon integration. That's fine. Avalanche launches. Blah 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 blah. Who takes gold in the crypto blockchain? Okay, so whatever. But man, these graphics look so good. So I'm gonna steal this thumbnail. But yeah, this is looking really good. 41,100. Yeah, because before Bitcoin, like when I woke up this morning, was at like 38 grand. It looked like it was pulling back more, or 39 grand. Yeah, Dogecoin's a bit flat. Some alts are doing okay. VeChain continues to do well. Filecoin continues to recover. Pancake Swap is back almost back at 15 bucks. So this is very good, which makes sense because the dollar is literally getting killed right now. So makes sense because everyone has to get into something that's not the dollar. The end game is coming, but blah blah blah. Okay.
My beautiful friends, we did it. What did we do? We got through yet another month in this freak show market. Today was the last trading day of July. Let me tell you, or let you in on a little secret that you might not know. Today marks 6 straight months of stock market gains regarding the S&P 500.
Really? Doesn't feel like it.
It's kind of almost unheard of, but what else would you expect in a freak show market where the Fed continues to buy assets? It's unbelievable to me, but that's just the way it is. 6 straight months of gains. What's going to stop it? Well, you tell me. Nothing. Not with the Fed buying it all. Artificially suppressing rates, robbing the middle class blind, robbing anyone with a savings account blind solely to prop up the stock market, to transfer wealth to the 1%ers, the 2%ers. Oh yeah, that's a mechanism that has been in place for a very long time. It's not going to stop until it does. All right, so let's move forward. So stocks fell today under pressure. Let's look at why. Why did the stock market fall into some pressure today? First of all, it's been screaming higher, well, for 6 months with no break at all. And every single dip gets bought up. I mean, this goes well beyond 6 months. We're talking years, okay? But I'm just talking about the last lovely 6 months in this freak show. So the reason today why the market really decided to maybe, I don't even want to call it fall. We have slight losses across the board here. Crude oil did well today, continuing to get bid higher, just about $74 a barrel. There's a little bit of a fear trade on, people. I know you're watching the 10-year yield and the dollar. This is how you can tell if there is a fear trade when the market drops. You have a dollar that got stronger, 10-year yield that came down.
Yeah, let me lower this a bit. Also, that's World of Tanks in the background. But yeah, there was a little bit of fear for some strange reason. That's why the bond yields went down a bit.
That's a fear trade. And every time you see that, smile like me. Look. Smile like that, because you should be buying that dip. Every single time the stock market falls, when the dollar gains and the 10-year yield drops, well, you should be buying it. Period. The end, and I mean a big fat ugly duh. But most of you know this already. My lions are already well on top of this. I have to correct an error from this morning. I talked about ExxonMobil being higher pre-market. I was wrong. It was lower pre-market and did fall under pressure. Now, with regard to ExxonMobil.
Yeah, it's always like a shit stock.
You think that's it for ExxonMobil? You think it's going to crash right about now? Or do you, like me, believe it is a screaming buying opportunity? You want to get long just the stock? Well, that would be a good idea too. Why? Because it pays a dividend on top of the stock. It's going to go higher. on the back of crude oil getting propped up. It's just epic. It's an insane situation that we're in, but we must do everything we can in our power, take advantage of it. I'll tell you something else you might want to look at here is Facebook or FBook, ticker FB. So XOM and FB. If you are a subscriber to my free newsletter, hint, link in the description of this video. I sent out a bunch of stuff today. I went over ExxonMobil and Facebook. People, I am trying so darn hard to make your life easier. And I got some economic news I want to share with you, which is pretty dismal. But, you know, what else would you expect around here? Before I get there, let's finish with the market here. So, although, you know, so we had this fear trade in the market, clearly, dollar stronger, 10-year yield lower, cash making its way into the debt market pushes 10-year yield lower. Okay, that's fear. And you get this pressure on the stock market despite crude oil being higher. Remember, we need three things to happen simultaneously, generally, for the market to move up. That is a weaker dollar, a stable 10-year yield maybe coming up a little bit, and crude oil getting a bit higher. Without that, it's kind of difficult for the market to put on substantial gains. Now, again, this is not infallible, but it is extremely accurate. I'm going to say 90% of the time. So if you watch just these three things, if you know where to look, and you can find this all right here on my website, traderschoice.net, you are hooked up, okay? Let's move forward here. Cryptocurrencies, well, Ethereum did really well today. Ripple did really well today. But overall, I'm going to say relatively flat for cryptos. Okay, we're doing well here. And we have really turned this around since the...
He must have did this video right before it started going up, which is what we're seeing right now. So
lows several weeks ago, and cryptos are going higher in my view. Gold and silver today did fall into some pressure today. Why? Dollar. When the dollar gets stronger like that, you know, these things, gold and silver are priced in dollars, okay? You tend to see weakness in commodities. Not all of them. Look what happened to crude today. I mean, crude went up despite it. I mean, look, the fakery that is going on in the market with regard to crude oil is off the Richter scale. Same thing with gold and silver. As a matter of fact, commodities right now are also in some kind of a distorted state of affairs, just like everything else. There's nothing today, nothing at all has a real freaking price discovery mechanism behind it when you have a central bank essentially taking the largest part of the market, the debt market as a whole, and rigging it to the highest possible order. It's not going to stop. No one's going to put an end to it. Nobody is going, and no one is powerful enough. No one individual, or even anyone. Not even a committee. There's nobody.
Oh yeah. Hold on. So I was trying to figure out where she posted this. Okay. And I suppose she's going. Nikki Fry deny my concealed carry. Yep. Okay. Okay. Oh no, I can't go any further. I have to log in. Alright, well that's not going to happen. But she basically named the ADL specifically. I'll just leave it at that. So I find that kind of interesting because Laura Loomer is also a very diehard Jewish Zionist. So simple fact that she's calling out other Jews like that, that's generally considered like
wrong enough.
What's the word I'm looking for? Sacrilegious, I guess, or heresy, something along those lines. But I think Laura's just at the point where she's really effing pissed, so she kind of just doesn't care. So that's interesting.
To put an end to the Fed, unfortunately, they are the strongest, most powerful entity on the planet because the U.S. dollar remains the world reserve, and everything hinges on that. You understand? So essentially, the Federal Reserve has got the world by the you-know-what, and I mean in a big way. And it's a very sad thing. So I want to read a few things to you. Anyway, this is really distressing news here. Look, I want you to keep this in mind before I read this to you. We're apparently is supposed to be, according to the mainstream media and our politicians, some of them at least, in some kind of an economic boom. All we are is in a debt hyper bubble, and the debt hyper bubble is fostering a massive wealth transfer and inflating a stock market hyper bubble. But our economy is melting down, and people are suffering. And this is just an example here. So this is what we got today. So four in 10 Americans consider themselves in financial distress today. Okay, in this booming economy. And their income, 4 in 10 Americans say their income is lower today than the pre-scandemic. Now,
Wow.
here's another beautiful, very, very sad piece of information. 1 in 4 American households are unable to pay for basic necessities. What they're doing is borrowing from their credit cards.
Imagine the rest of the world, not just the United States. I imagine other people must be in a similar situation.
Just to make ends meet. Now you tell me, in the face of this, does this sound like a booming economy? I've explained to all of you what is going on here for a very long time. The well-off, the rich, the super rich could not possibly be doing better. Could not be doing better in this environment. They're just ripping everything's face off. Meanwhile, whatever's left of the middle class is systematically being exterminated. People on the lower rung, they're done already. But the people caught here in the middle, whoever's left, trying to claw themselves higher, that are in the middle class, they're basically done right now by design. This is a wealth transfer effect. This is a feudal system that's being thrust upon us. I have said for a decade, longer than a decade, that we were marching into a new feudal system. Okay, extreme haves, extreme have-nots. The history books are going to be rewritten without a middle class. Right now they're being squeezed to death. People, listen to these numbers. 4 in 10 Americans consider themselves to be in financial distress. And 1 in 4 American households are unable to pay for basic necessities without borrowing. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Is this what we've devolved into, really? This is it, honestly? Anyway, there's no end in sight with a debt to GDP ratio hyper-ballooning. Okay, what you can expect is more borrowing to the tune of trillions of dollars. Stock market is going to continue higher as the middle class and the economy it's in free fall. There's no other way to put it. But understanding these mechanisms, really, I hope, is allowing you to get yourself on the right side of this by betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank, getting involved in this freak show stock market. And I try my hardest, literally, to keep all of you on top of this better than anybody else, really. My work, my research, the time I put in, I hope it's working for all of you with all my heart. I really, really do. All right, people, that's it. It's Friday, so let's bring it in. Bring it in. Nobody's looking. Get closer. Okay? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. I will see all of you on Sunday for my markets. A look ahead. I believe you're going to see the Crypto Kid tomorrow. If he fires over a video to me, he's going to do a gold and silver report. Pay attention to that. And I will see all of you, like I said, on Sunday. Please share the video.
Well, that was unfortunate. I didn't hear the last part, but I'd imagine there's really not much to say. So the most important thing is things continue to progress as pretty much Greg predicted, and as I have been predicting. So the only real question that remains, I just like my hands here. The only question that remains is how quickly can Bitcoin go up between now and say Labor Day. Not only do I really could use the money, but Bitcoin and crypto really just need the rally. And even then, I don't know. Maybe there's no point in actually doing a put straddle right before September because Bitcoin has been suppressed so much. I guess it would just have to depend on how high Bitcoin goes, right? It's going to be a difficult decision, but let's just see how this plays out because Bitcoin this week basically went from like after a span of what 6-7 days, it's gone from 29,400 to basically 41,000, 4,100 or 40.80k as it is right now. So it Bitcoin and crypto basically look like they're back in its usual form. So that's very good. Actually, I should probably refresh this. So this is extremely good. So if next week and August is actually very good, because it seems like everybody's on vacation and they're now just coming back. So maybe perhaps the institutions, I guess you could say, that are also on vacation are now coming back as well, and they're now just buying everything up. Because Cryptos R Us did a video today, and he said that I forgot exactly who, but he said more whales, more billion. Like there was this Twitter account called Santiment. They didn't have the picture, but they basically said that the billionaires are actually buying up so much Bitcoin that they now have like 170,000 Bitcoin over the last 6 months or something. They've been buying the hell out of this dip. So yeah, the hyper pump is just started. Actually, it's continuing to start. And finally, crypto, especially Bitcoin, is now catching a much needed big bid, right? So, get your hand rubbing skills and your gloves, put together and start rubbing them as hard as you can because I think it's time for us to start making some serious money. And not a moment too soon, right? Because I'm sure we all need money for something, because I know I do. I think in order to continue doing what I need to be doing, I'm going to need like another, at least 10 grand, but no more than 15 grand. And that's before I hire either Red Points or Brand Shield, which would cost me another low 5 figures. So, I don't know. I've been asking Jesus, and I guess this is the path he wants me to see. So, it's going to be an interesting experience. But I even was thinking today, man, I could just walk away from all this shit, just go back to doing what I always do, and then just forget about it, or even just change names. I'm like, man, I don't want to cuck out, just be a coward loser, right? Because even if I did cuck out and change names, I'm still going to encounter the same exact problem anyway down the line. So, what's the point, right? Yeah, I thought I already invested quite a bit, so. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to go play my games because I already did my 3, videos for today. Like, these Unreal course, this multiplayer course, it's very long. Luckily, it's spread out because it's so long. I'm basically able to just do like 3 a day. So next time I got number 20, and this thing goes all the way up to 113. A few of these videos are not that long. Some are even a couple minutes, but I'm gonna need at least another 30, let's see, even at 30 days times 3, that's 90 videos. That would take me from 20 to 110. Okay, so it would actually, yeah, so it'd actually be 1 day away from finishing the course. Okay. This is also the first course that I've been taking where like I'm actually finally encountering bugs that I cannot fix. Eventually I do find the fix, but it's usually too late. I even caused my Unreal project to like not be able to start up. So, pretty funny. Who's Chris Chan? Okay. I don't know, this just looks like some random shit. I don't even see any Chinese people here, which is kind of what I was expecting. Okay, whatever. Alright, so I will see you all on Monday either in the morning or afternoon, right? If you want to be here for Bitcoin Clown World. Let's see what happens with crypto and Bitcoin over the weekend. But I mean, again, as I'm speaking, Bitcoin continues to go up. It's now back at 41,000. It was trying to dip a little bit, but see, first it was at like 38K. Now it hit 41K, then it went back a little bit, and now it keeps wanting to go up. So, yeah, this is looking extremely good. And look, the 24-hour value continues to go up. Now it's at 82.4 billion. Yeah, this is it. This weekend's going to be really effing good. That is such a bullish sign, right? Because what do I always say? Crypto always goes down on weekends, 9 times out of 10. But the 1 out of 10 times that it goes up, that means extreme upward momentum. And so far, it's checking off all those boxes. You can't see my camera, but hopefully you can hear this. But yeah, my hand rubbing skills are now gaining experience points. Let's just hope I can harvest some of that sweet, sweet cash. Alright, I will see you all on Monday, either morning or afternoon, and enjoy